Whatever that said on the bottle, if it was 100 milligrams, 50 milligrams, or 10 milligrams, that's exactly what they were getting. And the quality of that product was the same, because it doesn't do you any good to sell a product once. You've got to sell it over and over and over again. That's how you build a brand. So for us, we were just fiercely loyal to compliance, testing, product safety, and formulation.
Yeah. Talk to me about being consistent, because I think that's something that's very unique to the cannabis industry, is that the consumer wants to make sure that they have the same experience every time they have that product. So if I eat an edible cookie, I'm not going to get a little bit higher this time because it's not, the dosage is a little screwed up. But I think it's a very important, sort of a big part of a successful business. But talk to us about consistency and how you guys have managed to assure that it's consistent each time.
Sure. I think one of the potentially fortunate things for us is that we actually built the business in Colorado. If I'd have built the business in California, we probably have much bigger revenue numbers because it's a much bigger marketplace at the time. But Colorado had, and I would argue to this day, is still one of the most rigorously compliant states in the cannabis industry. So they required us to be at a level of compliance that caused us to make sure that we always had to do it right. So not only was that child-resistant packaging and incredible compliance on labeling, but it was also the homogeneity of the product and the formulation that said that if you're saying that there's 10 milligrams in this gummy or there's 100 milligrams in this drink, it's got to be within a 15% tolerance one way or the other, or you can't sell it. You have to destroy it. That's pretty hard to do, especially in the early days. You're not a pharmaceutical company. Frankly, pharmaceutical companies' tolerance in some drugs is 20%. So our industry has actually got a higher tolerance in many cases, or a lower tolerance, if you will, in many cases than the pharma industry. So we had to learn very early on, John, how do we make sure that that first sip of the product is exactly the same dosage as the last sip, and that first bottle is the exact same as the 1,000th bottle that came out of that batch. So the state required us to do that, but our science team and our formulation team and our adherence to really stringent SOPs and good manufacturing procedures allowed us to do that.